Hey guys, Beast Force here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. As we're gonna break down the episode of the beautiful game, soccer, or for football, whatever you call it. Well, football was actually first time used in 1486 by a reference into the Julia Berner's Book of St. Albans, while in English football in 1863, where the Footballer Federation, the FA, has been formed, and still to this day. In 1863, Charles Wilford Brown used the term of rugby, rugger, but preferring to go for a game of soccer instead, which was called football. And now that word soccer is only used for America, as the UK, from England, Irish, Scotland, and everywhere around Europe call it football. If you want to look for an in-depth version of soccer or football, go find a list of channels on YouTube or documentaries if you want to find it. In football or soccer, is actually called the beautiful game, as it started to become the most popular thing in world sport when it comes to the World Cup, the league, football elsewhere, the players, the manager, the ownership, whatever you call it. I'm gonna break down this episode why the beautiful game still exists until to this day. If this is your first breakdown, you could still know how the rating system works. There's a detailed description down below, along with my other videos in my playlist in the description. John Colton Barry and Mike Milo wrote an episode called My Fair Goalie, premiered on September 9th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. When Ferb's cousins visit from England and challenge him to a soccer match, he and Phineas wrap up walls of physics and build a high-tech 3D stadium. Meanwhile, convinced that her relationship with Jerry depends on being more proper, Candice enlists the help of Ferb's British cousin Eliza to teach her the rules of etiquette. Back at Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, Dr. Doofenshmirtz is sick in bed, but forces himself to set off the if a tree fell in the forest nail, which causes any tree that falls to say his name. Phineas's triangle face looks weird in the intro, which is strange, but they fixed it in the winter theme in season 4, but it kind of bothers me a bit.
Oh, Ferb, your cousins from England are here.
Look, boys, it's your cousins visiting from England.
Ferb's cousin is named after a footballer named David Beckham, who is known for being a legend and well known for his branding. Beckham Fletcher, Beckham Fletcher, and Beckham Fletcher, named after the same three person. That is strange. And Pele Fletcher is named after the great legendary footballer Pele, who sadly passed away. Rest in peace. The lady with the brown hair is Eliza Flynn, while the first two on the front is tall is Adrian Fletcher and Lucy Fletcher. Adrian Fletcher is Lawrence's brother.
Nostrils.
And they say gold nostrils. Is that a chant or something? They're just chanting or just whatever. That's what football is.
And they're probably on the team book.
Adrian Fletcher is voiced by Phil Jupiter.
Nostrils on the bus.
AD for short. Aunt Lucy.
Hello.
While Lucy Fletcher is voiced by the late Helen McCoy. She was in Peaky Blinders, Skyfall, and a lot of other movies and television. Rest in peace. And her husband actually worked on Phineas and Ferb, Damian Lewis, who played Agent 000.
Beckham, Pelly, and Eliza. Well, her middle name's Beckham.
I know why they're named Beckham Pelly, because they like football. Go figure.
You've grown into.
I hear about you all the time.
It's nice to see Adrian bonding with his nephews, and it's pretty interesting. Shame that Phineas and Ferb visit England and they never got to visit him. They did get to visit their grandparent, Reginald Fletcher.
I read Ferb's blog.
Well, Ferb actually does go in the computer. We've seen that in the first invasion of the Ferb Snatcher when he was talking to his Scottish cousin.
Rivalry is so attractive.
Well, you can say the same about Tiana, your sister.
A healthy competitive spirit.
No, Cousin Ferb, you've lived in America longer than you've lived in England.
And we all know Ferb is less likely to be 12 years old, as Phineas just turned 10 in the Cripple-Rama, as Ferb's birthday doesn't come out until the end of February, so it's like that statement is true. Ferb has been living longer in the US than in the UK, and we've seen evidence more at your age.
What you doing? Oh, here's your bald eagle.
I like how Baljeet returns the stuff to Ferb, but he doesn't mind it. But it's nice to see the addition of Baljeet, Buford, and Isabella being here.
Oh, yes, very British.
Lost his Britishness.
Side note, the creators didn't plan to be Ferb British until when the show was about to come out, and that's a good idea. I really like it.
Play football anymore.
We're gonna be hearing that dun 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 more often in this episode as it keeps repeating.
Football.
And that is true. American call this football, like the NFL. As if it was in the UK, it will be called rugby.
A real master.
Entire game of soccer using a pumpkin. Didn't even break it.
That's what I meant. Ferb is a man of action. He can do anything.
Challenge you and your friends to a football match.
And that's the second time we hear that.
All X-7 rules.
And that's the third time that happened in this episode. And also, Phineas starting the football X-7, which starts the theme of letters and numbers. I also did calculations as we're getting Y8 croquet in season 5, but we're going to do that when I mention in the final 4. And we're getting hockey Z9, but I put the letters there. And imagine we get all of these in the future. I hope so.
Only theoretical.
Because I know we're gonna do that. Maybe Perry wants.
And that's the fourth time it said dun dun dun, as you get to see the grass of the Perry.
It's that Carl got me sick.
Well, everyone was sick in brain drain, but you're the one who's doing well, but not in this episode.
Monograph, this is high, really sick, so I won't be able to do evil.
Doofusmus is sick as well, Major Monogram. Two nemesis that don't like each other are sick. It's nice to see them two talking about it.
Carl's here.
At least it's not the garlic salt that Carl used, but overall it's still sick.
Watching Ducky Mobo.
And people make fun of Candace because she's a teenager and she still watches Ducky Momo. Look at Major Monogram as well. He also watches Ducky Momo and he's in his 50s or something. The song is called Not As Much, which iconically the song Not As Much.
My favorite bands are British.
Well, in Moonfarm, Jeremy's background is British.
It just means he likes things that are British.
Well, Eliza Fletcher is voiced by Jane Horrocks.
Meet you, Eliza.
And you as well, Jeremy.
Cool accent.
Well, her voice actress is from Lancashire, so...
He's never complimented me on my accent.
Candace, you have a normal accent. You should be fine. He likes you the way you are, but why are you concerned about it, Candace?
Jeremy likes you just the way you are.
All Anglo-ishy and ladylike and proper.
You're alright.
Why is Candace concerned about it? You already are boyfriend and girlfriend after someone belongs to you, but right now it's like Eliza wants to help Candace to make sure that she becomes as good as her accent as the British way.
You always did have more wind than I.
My Adrian, so talented.
Lucy Fletcher's a good wife. She appreciates her husband no matter what.
Breath for 13 seconds.
For 13 seconds, I could hold my breath longer than 20.
So gracious in defeat. Hors d'oeuvres, anyone?
Hors d'oeuvres means a small dish before a meal in the European cuisine. That's what Lucy Fletcher's cooking.
Network presents Football X-7, sometimes called soccer, footy, association football, or the beautiful game.
And this shows you an image how football evolves all over the years as it reverts to the modern era of football when it becomes more modern.
Football enthusiast Professor Ross Efop.
I did my research and he's not a real person and he's doing the maths equation thing on the board.
Which still allowed the players to survive. X-7.
Which Phineas and Ferb are gonna build in this episode.
Up at Gravity Well Stadium, creating an omnidirectional pitch, allowing teams to play in 3 dimensions. Ross Efop's ultimate football game could never become a reality.
And if Professor can't define the laws of physics or building it, Phineas and Ferb can, and they know how to do something.
Spelled the same forwards.
And that's in football position. Goalkeeper, defense, attack, and forwards means the striker or the wingers.
The charged anti-palindrome atmosphere was forced into hiding.
And for that scandal for that, come on, man. You gotta think of something of that to get inside.
Remarkable building and creative skills. Miraculous, it's impossible.
I didn't know who was the narrator until I know who is Gordon Gaffamasu.
Now, Ferb and I believe we figured out where Professor Efop went wrong. I'm gonna build that here.
The biggest, baddest, onlyest game of football X7 ever.
If the professor can't build an invention like that, Phineas and Ferb can. They can do anything impossible and make it into possible. That's what they've done throughout the rest of the summer. That shows you how smart they are.
Ferb? Ferb?
Uh-oh, Ferb is thinking about the emu curse.
Oh, that I happened.
Doofenshmirtz not doing evil because of it, and I'm glad it happens because Plot A focuses on Football X7 with Ferb Cousins and Phineas and Friends playing Football X7 as they're going to build it, which is the main plot of this episode, as well as Candace spending time with Eliza. So they're not written off in the character, it's just that they focus more on other things, so it's understandable.
La la la, Topeka, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas. Trapped you in this soundproof capsule.
Since he's not doing evil, he hasn't trapped them yet, but not today.
The best. If a tree falls in the forest, it make a sound. The givers get a job thinking.
I really love the detail as Doofenshmirtz's shadow of his face change while he gets closer.
The if a tree fell in the forestinator.
And that is the 5th time this episode someone say dun dun dun.
Would be Doofenshmirtz.
Even though that will happen, it's just that it's very ridiculous, just like many other plans he's trying to foil.
Binganator. Doofenshmirtz. Speaking of markets, I'm out of vitamins.
Now we know why he's sick, because you never bought any vitamins. You should, because it helps your condition.
Not the one word, Perry the Platypus.
You should have taken your vitamin C tablet, otherwise you wouldn't be sick. That was such a waste of trap. Even Doofenshmirtz would have just trapped it by now.
Activate my innator. Oh, don't worry.
Perry's like, this is gonna take a long day. Phineas and Ferb are on the ground while Isabella and Buford are helping out, as Balji's not in this scene, as he does help out making Football X7 as they're building. Look at that. Look at it. Not ready before it becomes ready.
Kling is not very ladylike. I have 5 little brothers myself, so you can imagine the discipline it takes to teach you how to be proper and sophisticated for Jeremy.
If you didn't think about Jeremy, you would be busting them right now.
You can do this. Good girl. Posture. Sit completely vertically straight.
I really like her personality trying to teach Candace how to do it properly, like posturing and more other things. So there's a lot to get used to actually focusing on Jeremy.
Of horror and destitution. Isn't cues you have to mind.
The song is called The Lady Song, sung by none other than Eliza, and Candace is going to use the book just like women to have better posture in real life, as well as the other things, as it starts slow and it goes faster towards the end.
And worth all of the effort you will find.
That's not a posturing start, Candace. Eliza posing as the back call of the skeleton.
Cross when seated, your toes are pointed so. No.
Eliza's voice actress, Jane Horrocks, actually did a lot of songs, including with Robbie Williams. That frame looks weird. The music becomes fun as you get to see different type of things in the background with foods and stuff. She's still struggling to carry the books. Luckily, Eliza didn't say geezer in the end, but Candace is actually holding the book in her hand. She is posturing.
Football X7 Stadium.
And there is film, and that's his last scene until we get to Football X7 inside. I love the design of Football X7, the different architecture, the things inside, a lot of patterns there, very cool. Phineas turning his head look weird right there as we don't get to see front face Phineas. Show me your front face!
How about you, Ferb?
And that's the 6th time they do the dun dun dun. I'm glad they didn't do it in other episodes, but in this episode it suits well.
Something like this would happen?
What will we do?
Right back.
Of course, you can't escape with the show without breaking the 4th wall.
Problem started a few months ago.
And we get more Ferb's story of why he no longer plays soccer or football because of the emu incident.
Okay, closer. A little later than that.
I like how we see daytime, the dark, the light of the pitch in there. I really like that as Phineas trying to flash back to where it began. We don't know when it takes place, but I know it's before the summer began, but I don't know which school. It'd probably be in middle school or John's, the other school they've gone to in Doof 101. As I flip it, as you see the nighttime and the daytime with different areas, this looks very cool.
Top 4. Little did I know.
Great goal from Ferb. Nice shot.
Be Ferb's last game.
Ferb can score set pieces as well. He has the lot.
And Ferb grabbed it.
And it goes out of bounds, but in the UK and in Europe, it calls it out of play. as Ferb's about to take a throw, and then the emo accident happened.
If Emu ran onto the field and for assistant coach.
And he walked away and he never played football ever again. That is strange.
The Emu curse.
And a herd of emus carries off your assistant coach and you're cursed to never be on a winning team again.
That's like cursed, but there's other football things that are cursed, like having injuries or just not being a winning team or just miss on a goal or making mistakes. There are a lot of things that are cursed in football, which is real or not.
Well, no wonder he disappeared.
Must sing the note E flat above high C.
Flat above high C? Hello. Buford?
Looks like they're going to perform a curse out of it so that Ferb can come back in. And he does once we get to there, but it's just wow.
Of high C?
And Doofenshmirtz can hear it like there, just like his Aeneas firing in Phineas and Ferb's backyard.
X-7 Stadium, complete with Army directional hover goals and observation deck / high room.
It may be small from the outside, as you can see. It is very simple, as you get to see a lot of things like the nets all around it as it moves dimensional.
The ground hugs your feet, so the goals can be scored from any angle.
Just like a set piece or a free kick. And you see the designs of Phineas, Isabella, Baljeet wearing the yellow kit, as Ferb's cousin wearing the blue and white kit, as Buford, he's just playing football, but the wrong type of football, you know what I mean? But it is American football. I really love that Isabella's hair tied back. I wish we have that more often, but we get to see Isabella's ear. I haven't seen it since That Sinking Feeling season 2.
A quarterback.
You still do not know what game we are playing.
Buford thinks soccer is an American football, but it's rugby, but in football.
Without a full team, you forfeit the match.
That's true, you need like a bench on an all-star 11. If you don't have that, you have to forfeit a match and you have to give 3 points to the other team. That happened in many leagues. When I look at the silhouette, I thought it was Ferb, but you can't see his hair, but it turns out to be Ivian, the ref.
Hi, guys. I brought some dry ice. Ferb, too.
And Ivian bought Ferb too. He may be a creep, but this made me love Ivian. I don't really hate him. He can be sometimes messy, whatever, but I'm starting to warm up to Ivian in this scene.
As long as my team will have me, curse and all.
It's about the joy of the game.
The beautiful game, but the joy of the game makes sense as well. The song is called Football X-7, and that is the stadium they're going to play, Football X-7, sung by none other than Robbie Wacker, who did a lot of songs including Everything's Better with Perry and Raging Bully. So there's more of that, and he always produced straight bangers of the songs. Great pass from Isabella by using her overheaded kit as Ferb does the same thing. Great goal. You get to see everyone's playing as Isabella's in goal, as well as Ferb's cousins as well, the blonde one. Great tackle from Ferb. And Ferb's doing kippy-uppies and skills, nice. Isabella got skills as well doing kippy-uppies like that. No wonder she mentions it again in At Your Age Going to Soccer, debate camp, student government and all that stuff.
I'm going 2 weeks early because I'm in RA and in soccer, debate camp, student government.
Man, Ferb can do that. This guy is awesome. And he scores that with his head, triangle head. And we do get a similar song called Hockey Z9, which takes place after the summer. Hopefully we get a song called Croquet YA, which is the same song. And Milo Murphy's Law with Doof doing a do-gooder. Great save from the keeper, and they score again. As you get to see Ferb's cousin shoots, as Isabella was trying to make a save, but of course she couldn't keep up. That's poor goalkeeping from her. When you do a rugby tackle like that, you should be getting a red card. Ivian gives him a yellow card, but he made 2 fouls earlier. He should have been sent off.
Grateful it is to see you again.
You can hear a glimpse of Ashley Tisdale doing the British accent, as Eliza taught her.
Great.
Some sort of silly game.
I really love you can see the reflection of Phineas and Ferb's cousin playing soccer or football. Very nice detail.
Lovely.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen better posture.
Have you noticed my extended pinkies?
They're really up there.
She is showing her pinky, but if her thumbs are, it would be a W. So it's a W.
Giant soccer stadium your brothers built in your yard.
A lady never tattles.
She is trying to keep her cool, but when she doesn't, you know she's gonna flip. like every episode of Phineas and Ferb. How many shirts they're wearing this, and don't forget it's in the summer. You would be overheating by now.
Root for a minute.
I think I'll manage.
How happy it makes him.
Yeah, I can see that.
How many shirts you can wear? Let me know in the comments down below.
It's time. Destroy him. Make him cry.
Linda wants Lawrence to be humble always, but in this scenario, you know it's gonna be different.
He's not.
Lost the game of keepy uppy in my life.
Let's see about Adrian. I really love the banter between Lawrence and Adrian, even though we don't get much, as it's focused around Ferb's cousin, but I really like the sideways we got, as we've seen it all. I wish we got more of them.
Fighting you makes me feel a little better.
And he's spinning around in the innator. Man, Doof really not having his day.
I literally just blacked
Once the innator hits something, it says Doofenshmirtz as the tree falls down, as you can see it.
Doofenshmirtz?
I think we've been on this bus too long.
Soccer 8 is voiced by none other than Darren Bent. If anyone doesn't know, he's actually a football player now retired. He used to play for Charlton, Tottenham Hotspur, Sunderland and Aston Villa. And by the time it aired in 2011, he played for Aston Villa during the 2011-2012 season. The guy on the right side is voiced by none other than the legendary Gary Lineker, who used to play for England and a lot of clubs like Leicester, Everton and Tottenham. And he used to work on Match of the Day, as a couple of months ago he stepped down because of politics, but I don't want to talk about it right now. At that time he was presented on Match of the Day, and he no longer works in Match of the Day anymore. Looks like the Aeneas is going willy-nilly again. Perry the Platypus used a mirror to deflect the Aeneas into it as it falls down as it becomes destroyed. Very nice thinking from Perry. Perry give him a cushion and he turns the light off. Very sweet right there. And there is football X-7 in the background as Linda doesn't look, as well as Lawrence and Lucy Fletcher and Adrian. If they look,
We were kids. Oh, whoops.
and Lawrence won and he has a great first touch.
X-7 Stadium.
It's your imagination.
You can definitely tell that's Gary Lineker speaking right there.
I get. I thought an Anglophile such as yourself might appreciate the soothing lilt of the Queen's.
I really like how Candace doing the British accent to Jeremy, even though Jeremy has a British background.
Speak like that all day. We're before.
See? Nothing bad happens, Candace. He likes you the way you are. Like busting, passion, going to the mall, or hanging around in slushy door. Jeremy likes you the way you are. And we've seen that evident in the indoors as they hang around together, and we don't know what Jeremy likes about her. At least he likes her the way she is.
What? You didn't like how I was before?
I would like you better.
Well, yeah, but
I am totally messing with you. British stuff and go back to being my girl.
Jeremy's like, you'll always be my girl no matter what, even though you dropped that accent. It's just that it shows more evident that Jeremy always liked Candace no matter what.
before.
Shocker.
I've got some brothers to bust.
There's my girl.
If you didn't waste time or posturing that, you could have busted Phineas and Ferb right now, but look at the smear lines, it looks weird there.
Pass me the ball!
Looks like he's gone above C, as well as we talked about it earlier, and it comes back in full cycle.
Flat above high C. Actually win this thing.
Ferb with the bicycle kick to win the game.
Yes! Yes!
Looks like Phineas's voice sounds lower pitch right there. And he missed.
It's broken. Sometimes you just miss.
See, it's not just about curse, it's about how you play on the pitch. If you miss a chance, you miss and you lose the game or draw well. But if you score, you win the match or bring them back into the game. That's how football works, or soccer, whatever you call it.
Score the goal. It's how good you look while kicking the ball.
And Gary Lineker's right, it's about how you kick the goal. It's not about scoring the goal, it's about playing the beautiful game.
Gonna give us this X-7 Stadium?
We do that kind of thing all the time.
And he does, and one episode was in Shea Papa when he gives the man the restaurant and he allows it to take it.
Ina to Buck Buckerson.
And it's Mud World in season 1 when Candace learned how to parallel park, and Baljeet wasn't in this episode. Maybe Phineas and Ferb told him so. I know it.
Phineas, that's very generous of you.
7 Stadium!
Load this on the bus!
I have a feeling Gary Lineker's really enjoying voicing this role. Hey, it's the Professor, and he's still alive.
Mummy, that man's name is a palindrome.
Look away.
Again, Phineas and Ferb.
We do see them in the end credit, but we don't see them again. But you don't need to. It's just a very fun way to integrate them with the Football X-7 to give it. So it's a nice touch.
Absolutely nothing.
That's our girl.
Dreadfully sorry for giving you such a hard time.
I'm prone to apology. It's nice to see that Ferb's cousin admits that they're sorry for him, but you don't need to. But I'm glad they did to make sure of it. Ferb is just what he is.
An all-around good chap.
Actually, lads, I'm not a Brit or a Yank. I'm just Ferb.
And it's nice to see him, as that's the first time we get to see him call his own name. It's just what he is. He's not just a Brit or a Yank. Ferb is just Ferb, no matter what.
Public transport, it's a sports team.
In this episode, it's animated by Serenity Animation, as they've done a lot since the 50th tour of Sister in season 2, as some of them done by rough drafts and South Korea until season 3, as they don't do season 4 and other animation projects, but we'll get there. This episode is one of the most underrated episodes of Phineas and Ferb, but it doesn't get a lot of mention. The plot will get a 3, as the main focus on Ferb's cousin playing Football X-7 with Ferb, as he suffered through the emo code, which is the reason why he got away. But thanks to Evan, he pulls him back in, and they all are having a great time, as it ended up being a draw in the end. I really like how Eliza and Candace bonded well together, as Candace learned about posturing and doing the British accent, as he does go with a dinner date with Jeremy, kind of, as Jeremy likes her the way she is, and she wants to bust her brothers, as she does in the end, but it disappears. But if you didn't focus that, Phineas and Ferb maybe be busted, but who knows, as Perry the Platypus and Doofenshmirtz focus on each other on the tree felinator, as when it finds the inator, it's Doofenshmirtz, but it gets less of that than the intention than the other plot A, as it's more focused towards that, as Doofenshmirtz being sent along with Major Monogram and Carl. It's nice to see Perry the Platypus cares about him. Characterization will get a 5. Everyone's on point. Ferb's cousins spending each other with Ferb and Phineas as well, as along with Isabella, Buford and Baljeet joining on to play a game called Football X-7, and they're really having a very fun time, along with Evian coming in. And we get to see more of the Fletcher family, as Adrian having fun time with Lawrence, with his brother, as they do banter a lot, and it's quite hilarious and it's nice, as well as Lucy Fletcher, who, voiced by Helen McCoy, rest in peace, as we know we're going to see them again, as it is only going to be one episode, as they do go back to England. I really love, even though Doofenshmirtz is doing evil by using the Inator, after that, Perry the Platypus destroyed it and puts Doofenshmirtz in the cushion to make sure he sleeps. That shows you that Perry the Platypus do care, even though he's stopping Doofenshmirtz from doing evil right now. I really like how Eliza and Candace bonded well together along with Jerry. There's a lot of good scenes with the interaction in this episode. Very well done and very unique. As well as along with the soccer people, the Nostrils, Gary Lineker and Davin Bent, interacting with each other, as there have been football careers in their lives. Everything else is very well done. The visuals, it gets a 5. It may not be a stunning visual, but it has a lot of things with the song, Doof and Perry, with the Inator, the Nostrils, Football X-7, the interaction between Eliza and Candace, and everything around them is very unique and very well done. Importance, it gets a 3. It's not as important as the other specials, but it's still very worth. If you're a football or a soccer fan, you will enjoy this episode. But another thing it gets 3 is because of Hockey Z9 continues the trend of numbers and letters, and we're actually getting croquet in season 5, as Dan Pover showed it in YouTube Shorts. Entertainment is a 5, because why not? That leaves off with a 21 out of 25. It is a very good episode, and it's very interesting, and it's very fun. The interactions are engaging, the jokes are funny, A lot of things happen in there, and it will keep your eyes open. Move on to the final thoughts. Fun fact, this is actually the last time that Jeff Swabimas, the co-creator of Phineas and Ferb, actually directed that episode. As Andrew means loves England, its people, its culture, its language, and various accents. As Jeremy has a British background from Moon Farm as it showed, and his family is from WizardCon. I did a poll on who's your favourite out of the Phineas and Ferb gang, and 78% of you vote for Isabella Garcia Shapiro, as Baljeet gets 9%, Buford gets 6%, and Evian gets 6%. Isabel just won by a landslide, and this isn't shocking at all. When you have a crush on the triangle-headed boy, then participate to build with him, it is a very nice, and she does become boyfriend and girlfriend with each other at your age, and other shenanigans as well along the way. I'm going to do the same favourite category, but with the OW series excluding from Perry. Which one is your favourite? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live, and until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and as always, see ya.